Okay, we are headed to the Threshing Days at Goessel, Kansas. Just getting going. Be there in about 30 minutes. The wheat's all been cut in this area about a month ago. Now they're prepping the fields for the next wheat planting, which they'll plant around September. Some corn off in the distance. Coming up on a roundabout. This corner is where a good friend of mine's daughter was killed. It was a stop sign corner, and one side had to stop, the other side didn't. And after she was killed, they made a four-way stop, but people kept running it. So they put in a roundabout. Now, I'll be first to admit, I'm not a big fan of roundabouts, but I'm not a big fan of people being killed either. Everybody thinks Kansas is flat. I'm only about 2 miles away from where the wheat field was, and we are approaching the sand hills north of Hutchinson. I'll show you a little bit of that when we get in it a little more. And there's no trees in Kansas either. That's the other thought. By the way, we're in central Kansas. We're almost right in the middle of Kansas. Here we're getting into the sand hills. You can see the sand hills over here. You can get up on K61. It's a new 4-lane between Hutchinson and McPherson. They just put it in, just finished it up a couple of years ago. It took them about 8 years to build it. Used gas tax money to build it. Great idea. Also here you'll see the sand hills north of Hutchinson. They say the sand from these sand hills blew off of the Arkansas River south of Hutchinson, or as we call it around here, the Arkansas River. Coming up on the little town of Medora. We'll go through a lot of little towns. Medora and Buhler for sure. We'll have to see what else we come up to. Okay, we're at the town of Buhler. Nice little town, great school, great high school. Ought to be. Half the kids in Hutchinson come up here, so it's all supported by Hutchinson tax base, which is kind of goofy. They keep having to build this school system bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're shrinking Hutchinson school system smaller and smaller and smaller. Buhler. Farm ground for as far as you can see. This highway, or county road, is what they call Dutch Avenue because of all the Mennonite that live up this way. Good people. I think it goes between Buhler and Heston. Anyway, we'll find out here in a little bit where it does go between. Okay, we've made it to the town of Heston. Heston is famous for agriculture equipment, combines and swathers and baling equipment, that kind of thing. They make a lot of it here. Agco, right there, is the company that makes it. Okay, we're at Goessel, home of the Threshing Days. This is the first time I've been to Goessel. Okay, I'm here. The Threshing Days is at the Mennonite Heritage Museum here in Goessel. Nice little place. Horse-drawn equipment, sickle and scrapers, tillers, discs, plows, seeder down there. A little bit of everything right here. Standing in this shade tree, very comfortable. It is July 31st. This is more or less the courtyard of the museum, all their buildings. A much more modern home. Interesting thing is the kitchen has an example of what they call a summer kitchen, which would have been outside. But I like this cauldron built into the masonry for making soap and other things. Clawfoot tub. Those are valued possessions nowadays. Winder staircase to upstairs. I always liked winder staircases. Fake eggs in the egg dish there. My God, beds were small in those days. Not a lot of worldly possessions, but times were simpler. This is what they call the bank building. Lots of stuff in here. South Bloomfield School. They quit using it in 1954. Old Glory up there.